Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how when you manifest from a regulated state, you're going to be able to trick your mind into thinking that you already have it 10 times easier. When you manifest it from a regulated state, you can literally forget about trying to be detached or trying to keep your frequency high because you just naturally will because you're regulated, right? When you're regulated, you're in the opposite of dysregulated. So you're in rest and digest, essentially. So, first of all, why is it so important that we manifest from a regulated state and not a dysregulated state? Then I'm going to tell you the things that you can do to actually be in the regulated state, especially when manifesting. And I'm obviously going to tell you about how you've actually probably been manifesting from a dysregulated state this whole time. So that's probably why if you do affirmations, they don't work, or visualizing it doesn't work, or it just feels like something's off, or you just can't seem to detach. And you really want to manifest this dream life of like freedom, fun, abundance, getting paid to exist, all the things, but it's just like there's something missing. You're like nearly there, but not quite there yet, you know? So why is it so important that we manifest from a regulated state? So first of all, when you're dysregulated, this is what happens. When you're dysregulated, your subconscious is so much easily permeable because you're in an emotional state. So when you're dysregulated, your mind is so much more like malleable when you're in this heightened emotional state. So you'll often associate negative emotions like stress with the desire, first of all. So for example, if you're manifesting the life of travel, freedom, online income, all of those amazing things associated with like a feminine free life, but you're dysregulated all the time, there's so many ways you can get dysregulated as well. You guys know this, like even just being stressed all the time, past trauma, like literally anything someone said to you in the past that's really affected you is like constantly running in the back of our minds. If we got hurt by something, we know emotions get trapped in our body, right? If you're familiar with chakras, then that is what causes a chakra to get blocked, is the trapped emotions in our body. So any kind of stress, any kind of low-key trauma, high-key trauma, whatever it is going to cause your nervous system to be off balance and constantly thinking. Like if you're that kind of person that's always thinking, like always high alert, then when are you ever allowing your body to rest and digest? This is where a lot of like skin issues come from, because your gut is so like, you're not giving your body time to digest, are you? So you've got gut issues, and then you get in skin issues, like all these things, right? Like that is what I've discovered in the past. So like you're trying to manifest a life of travel and freedom and fun, and then you're stressed throughout the day. So then you're associating that stress with the travel and the fun and the lifestyle. So it's like your subconscious is going to be taking on these emotions, and it's going to be rewriting those neural pathways with the stress and the association, right? The neural pathway is going to get fused together, and it's not going to be the right thing. So then we're not going to manifest it because we don't want more stress, because we've just told our mind that this is stressful, right? Like you're getting on the plane, you're trying to manifest you getting on the plane, you in the sunshine, and all that's going on in the back of your mind and your nervous system is just stress and like worry and anxiety. So like we don't want that, do we? So then also, instead of reinforcing the positive beliefs, it's reinforcing the negative ones that are coming up because you're on a lower frequency. So it could be something else other than stress, like whatever you're worrying about that day, right? What people were thinking of you that day. And then you're associating those negative thoughts with the thing as well, because you're on a lower frequency. And also we all know that lower frequencies cause us to think more negatively as well. So you might think you're manifesting okay, but really all of these negative thoughts are going on in the back of your mind. So it's kind of like if you have a massive argument with someone because you're dysregulated, maybe you're not doing your inner work and you're blissfully unaware of your triggers and your emotional reactions, your emotional state, you're completely out of your body in your head, and then you're manifesting a blissfully happy, fulfilling, free life of adventure and fun. But you're not going to be able to imagine that very easily, are you? Because you're in this heightened emotional state and you've just argued with someone. So therefore, you're just going to manifest more of those bad experiences, because that is the emotional state that's overwriting the good state that you should be in. Like, even if you're not literally crying whilst you're manifesting, you're still letting that state override you because you're dysregulated and you haven't took the time to alter and take your body back into the rest and digest mode. Like, you're still thinking about it. It's still in the back of your mind. This is something that I used to struggle with by manifesting in the morning. I don't know if you guys have also experienced this, but when I first wake up, I couldn't stop thinking about what I was going to do with the day, what I was going to have for breakfast, where I was going to go, and what my to-do list looked like. So I was already waking up. When I was really dysregulated, I would wake up dysregulated. I wouldn't be able to think straight, really, and I used to struggle meditating so bad. Like, I wouldn't be able to meditate for longer than a couple of minutes without getting distracted, and then I'd have to keep writing down my thoughts to get them out of my head, and it was just so hard to meditate. Whereas now I can meditate for like up to an hour sometimes if I'm really relaxed, and it causes you to just manifest and everything so much easier, and you're so regulated as well. If you can meditate for long periods of time, that is you being able to regulate. But if you can't meditate for long periods of time, it's a good sign that you're probably dysregulated. So another thing that it will do is, number 2, is causes separation, because the new thing is on a high frequency and you're on a low frequency. So you're completely out of alignment when you're dysregulated. Your body, you're not present in your body, so you're not present with your feelings. Your heart is not open, your heart is closed off. So you're on this low frequency and the desire is on the high frequency. You just can't seem to tune into it. So something happened with me last year. I was trying to manifest a massive house. Like, I wanted to win a house essentially for free. Instead of buying this house I'm in right now, so you can see what happened there, I wanted to win a house for free. Obviously, back then I was so unaware of shadow work and belief system and how your self-concept impacts your reality. So my self-concept won because this was what I deserved. I deserved to buy a decent sized house, but I didn't quite deserve to win it for free. Like, that was too far out of my rubber band. Like, it wasn't stretching. So of course I manifested this. Was still a good manifestation because I was still trying to manifest this exact house I'm in right now. But I was kind of pushing my limits a bit by manifesting the bigger house. But here's the thing that I was doing. I was manifesting from a state of lack. The previous place, the previous situation I was in, I wanted out of. I was manifesting from a dysregulated state of frustration. I wanted to fix my reality. And so I caused separation even more. The more I manifested, the more I created this separation between where I was now and where I wanted to be, because I was constantly in this low frequency of lack and please fix me, and I don't have it right now, and I'm just telling the universe that I don't have it essentially. And then I got more of my current situation, and then I got a bit better at manifesting, and then I eventually manifested this house, but it wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't the true alignment that I wanted, right? And we can have everything as long as we do the inner work around it and we don't just spiritually bypass and avoid the shadows and everything. So the last thing that will happen before we get on to what you can actually do to regulate, to manifest so much easier without all the techniques, like without the affirmations, without the just like all the techniques that are so like beginner level manifestation. Guys, we're not into beginner level manifestation on this channel. We're into the deep level manifestation. We know that it's not just say this affirmation 100 times and then it will happen. Like, we know it's not like that, right? So number 3 is like when your nervous system is dysregulated, obviously you're in the opposite of rest and digest. But when you're in rest and digest, you're in a complete clear thinking state. So basically your heart desires will come up, your intuition will kick in when you're in rest and digest. And when most of us aren't in rest and digest, because we're always thinking all the time, we have these things playing in the back of our mind, we're either worrying about the past or anticipating the future. Like I said, I woke up and instantly thought about the day, how I was going to do it, where I was going to go. Like, I was instantly in the future. And then at night time I was constantly thinking about either the day ahead or the day I just had, rather than the actual day and resting and digesting, right? And then letting my body to truly just relax. So when you're in the dysregulated state, because you're not in your body, you're not listening to your heart, you're not listening to your intuition, you're gonna more likely to manifest and come up with unaligned desires. So desires that come from your head, ones that come from a shadow, a need for something or a fixing of something that you believe you should do, which is coming from your head, rather than something that you truly want, which is your aligned desires. So when you're constantly in your head and you're dysregulated, you're way more likely to come up with all of these unaligned desires. I should do this, or I need this to fix this. If I do this, then I'll finally feel good afterwards. If you finally feel good after getting a desire, you're already coming from a lack, a low frequency, creating separation. You're not going to be detached, and already that's probably an unaligned desire, because you just see it as something that's going to fix something, rather than something that is going to up level you, get you in alignment with your heart. It's truly aligned with your values and you're certain that you want it. That's not going to happen if you're in a dysregulated state, which is in your mind, right? So it's going to lead you on the wrong path. And maybe, like me, I manifested going self-employed. I manifested so many good businesses over the last 5, 6, 7 years after university. I've been self-employed for years, but none of them were aligned businesses, because I wanted to manifest. I was always manifesting from my head because I was dysregulated, and I was kind of in the bad side of ADHD, right? Like, not the good side of ADHD where it's like a superpower, but like the bad side of ADHD where I could never focus and I was never resting and digesting. And therefore I came up with so many unaligned desires. Like, oh my God, I wanted to create an Amazon store. I wanted to create a drop shipping store. I need to create a TikTok business. I need to do that. I need to do this, because then I'll have my freedom. Then I'll have my adventure. Then I'll have the freedom and life and abundance and whatever. But it was completely unaligned with me. Like, it was completely unaligned with my heart, and it was completely unaligned with any of my values. But I wanted to manifest the successful business, because I thought that then I would be in alignment with my desires, which was like freedom and travel and just like all the good things, right? Getting paid to exist. Like, instead of just cutting out all of this middle stuff and going straight to manifesting the freedom and get paid to exist, I had to like complicate it, right? This is like, I was thinking of the how, I was in my head, I was thinking of the logic, I was thinking, okay, well, that is up here, so therefore I need to do this, then I need to do this, then it can finally happen. That was so dysregulated of me. Like, when you're so regulated and you're in that rest and digest, like, most of the time, honestly, you will not be bothered about the how. You will be able to rest. You will be able to put your trust in the universe, like everyone talks about. You will be able to detach. You'll be able to do all the things. You won't need to manifest and write and like script 3 times a day and do thousands of affirmations and make sure you do the Neville Goddard visualizing before sleep, even though it doesn't work for you. Like, that is just so like, try in your head. Trying causes lack, right? If you try, it's coming from a place of lack, whereas when you're regulated, you'll just literally attract it to you instantly. So what can we do then to actually regulate ourselves and manifest from this state? Well, of course, the first thing we can do is practice nervous system regulation. So these are the most simplest common ways of regulating your nervous system. You might be aware of them already, but this is actually going to help you regulate your nervous system. You've probably heard them for other things, like, I don't know, managing stress or whatever. But I'm here to tell you that these are also very simple and easy ways of manifesting of regulating your nervous system as well. So we have meditation, so practicing meditation. And if you can't do it for very long, like if you can't meditate for more than 10, 15, 20 minutes, then doing more of it is literally just going to stretch that meditation muscle. The longer you do it, the longer you like practice it, the more you'll get better at it, right? And then meditation is really cool, because if you set aside the time to do nothing and you meditate, you can quite easily just like swim, I'm gonna say, in that state even after you've meditated. So if you kind of like set the scene before the meditation, then you're already kind of swimming in the rest and digest. Then you do the meditation, then you let it just like take out the rest of your day. Like after the meditation, instead of getting up straight away and going out or cooking, allow the meditation, that meditative state to kind of flow into the rest of the day, if you know what I mean. Like just continue being chill. That is a really easy, simple way of rest and digesting, but also just taking life slower. So like for me, I had the ADHD superpower thing, but it was also very dysregulated ADHD. So I was doing things too fast, which led me to become really clumsy. I was super good at making decisions fast, but because I was dysregulated, those decisions were often either wrong or unaligned because I was dysregulated. So it's really, if I just like use that superpower to kind of like be in ADHD but like rest and digest, then I'd have been able to do all of the good things like working fast, focused, fast decisions, but good decisions, aligned decisions, taking life slower. For me last year, I took like a couple of weeks off my business. I kind of just did nothing for the week. I refused to watch TV. Sometimes I'd sit there for like 2 hours and give myself a challenge of doing nothing and just like reading or writing in my journal or something and not going on my phone or something. So taking life slow is going to be so much better for now. Now I don't take life as slow because I'm always in the rest and like I'm more in the rest and digest. Not always, but more in the rest and digest. I'm so much more in tune with my body. So as soon as I start to feel an ounce of stress, I can practice my nervous system regulation techniques, do my inner work, do my shadow work. So I'm never really dysregulated anymore. So I can go back to that fast-paced lifestyle, right? Because the fast-paced stuff is good. The universe loves speed. It's just we want to be doing it from a regulated state. Also doing yoga. I started doing yoga last year. Oh my days, so good. He talks about nervous system regulation in the yoga class as well. I was like, oh my god, this is everything I learned about. Like I take courses on this. Like, oh my god, this is so cool. And he's talking about how to regulate your nervous system, the poses for helping uncovering your chakras, like throat chakra, like doing these poses like this. So good. And you do stretches that allow you to do emotional release. So if you have the trapped trauma, these exercises are ones you would never normally do on an everyday basis, and sometimes you can just feel the energy being released, like the stagnant energy in your body. Oh my god, when you do the stretches, so relaxing. And again, let yourself dwell in that meditative state for the rest of the day, taking the slow route home, just driving slowly, all of the things. Okay, then you've also got breathing exercises. Pretty self-explanatory, whatever ones you want to do, you know, these are the basics, right? Okay, so secondly, what we can do is the shadow work. So the shadow work around helping dissolve those subconscious beliefs that are causing you to become dysregulated. So when you start doing shadow work, a large part of it that's often taught and also taught in Paid to Exist is past experiences, past people's opinions, beliefs that have been pushed onto you, or past events that have been affecting you, and they all cause all of these beliefs that we have, all of the bad beliefs, even some good beliefs, right? And essentially dissolving those bad ones that are taking up all of your energy, constantly running in the background of your show, impacting the way that you decide things, impacting your nervous system. Like, can you imagine something someone said to you 10 years ago running in the background of your program and impacting how you can decide what is an aligned desire or not? I am not allowing anyone to affect my future, okay? I'm gonna be certain that I want something. I want to be heart aligned. I want to be like fully in belief that I can have it. Or else what's the point in manifesting? I am not letting all these people that maybe they speak maybe someone spoke crap about you years ago and you're still annoyed about it right now. Like, that is constantly playing in the back of your mind. Like, we need to be doing shadow work if we're going to be manifesting. So we don't want anything going on in the back of our subconscious, constantly replaying and constantly dysregulating us back into the old state. Because if we're dysregulated, we manifest more dysregulation because we're in the state of low vibration. And when we're in the state of low vibration, we manifest more low vibrational events. So then a really good method is to do the light work. So obviously, to complement the shadow work, we're now going to rewrite the new system with the light work. This is going to be amazing at shifting us into the clear state of mind. And then we're going to be more in our body, listening to our intuition, listening to our heart, and therefore we're going to come up with more aligned desires. So then when we do manifest and we go to manifest the aligned desires, we actually can manifest them now because we're regulated. We're in the state of rest and digest. So when we're doing the light work, we know our values. So get into truth with our values. Get into truth with our rewriting our self-concept and plugging in those new positive beliefs around our self-concept and our identity. So we feel confident, so we feel worthy, so we feel deserving, so we feel capable, we feel abundant. We have no trouble with aligning our future self with our current self. We have no problem with integrating that next level life in with our life now because we can handle it, because we're regulated. We've done the light work to shift into that state of clarity and alignment, right? Obviously, it's a lot harder to shift into the state of clarity and alignment if we have the shadows running in the background, constantly playing and dysregulating us and causing our low vibration. Like, oh, I don't know why I feel like this, but I feel like this. That is due to this. So my laptop's gonna die. That's everything I wanted to say for today. I don't want it to die before the video ends. So I hope you have a lovely day and this video helped you. And I'll see you in another one or inside Paid to Exist. Bye!